Hey, my little paisanos, it's me, Super Mario fan, and today I'm going to be talking about a very certain, an important topic of this video onto my channel, and most importantly of all, it's kind of like something that I need to get off of my chest. So, anyway, guys, I'm going to be talking about a very important aspect of what it is to have, what it is, for example, what it does it like to have, for example, the original show's ending right before it comes from a revival, reboots, or remakes. And no, yeah. I know that each show could just come, for example, like there are reboots, revivals, and remakes, and especially there is some continuity here and there, like for example, this decade I know has revised so many good shows I know, like the Animaniacs reboot, Rugrats, and tons of all the other shows that tend to revive, and especially the Proud Family from Disney, and mostly of all that and that, yeah. But yeah, well, no, I'm not going to be talking about either of those shows. But because today I'm going to be talking about a very important 2000s show that if you know or don't know, that I'm going to tell you. This show from the 2000s ran from 2003 to 2007. If you probably didn't already know this, that show I know is called Lyoko. Yeah. If you know what Lyoko is, then I'm going to explain the full story of what Lyoko is. Lyoko is a French animated American TV show that ran from 2003 to 2007 that aired first in France of 2003. It involved a group of teenagers by the name of Jeremy, Odd, Ulrich, Yuming, and Aelita trying to defeat an artificial intelligence by the name of Xana that tried to take over humanity. And most importantly of all, this show is indeed amazing in your quality aspects of everything you know about five group of teenagers fighting against an artificial intelligence that trying to just wipe out humanity and take over the world. And yeah, this show is indeed a great show, and I watched it when I was little. I watched it with my brother and sister, even my own grandfather. We watched that show all the time, and most importantly, and it was kind of great. And even though that show, yeah, okay, look, the show first aired in France in 2003, and then the show was brought over to the U.S. in 2004. So it basically means that the show ran from 2003 and 2004 from 2007. And mostly of all, it was kind of getting a quite dedicated cult following the show. And most importantly, I just cannot believe about the fact that the show is indeed an amazing show. But for some reason, though, the finale of Lyoko feels like, for example, it leaves many things unanswered. Like, for example, the disappearance of Aelita's mother, Ansia, and why Xena was created, and what is Project Carthage, and most importantly, there are some other mini mysteries, like, for example, like, why William is not participating in the final battle in the original series, and most importantly, what is Waldo Franz Schaefer, if you don't know what Waldo Franz Schaefer is, he is the creator of the supercomputer, and mostly importantly, that he goes by his false name by the name of Franz Hopper. And most importantly, guys, there are so many questions that are remain unanswered right before the original show's done and over with, because the original show's ending after the finale. And well, most importantly of all, that Lyoko has a lot more sequels than you can even think by the blink of an eye. Well, we finally got a sequel, and it's the first one. And the first one was a book series by the name of Lyoko Chronicles. It's a book series that details everything after the end of season 4, and it explains a lot of stuff. Like, for instance, I don't even have a problem about the fact about Aelita having amnesia, and then after which There is the antagonistic group by the name of the Green Phoenix, and mostly of all, there are some strange characters that I never heard of, like Hannibal Mago, Gregory Nicopolis, or even something more like that. But gotta say, all four books, like, all four books of the Lyoko Chronicle series has four books, and most importantly, it answers a lot of questions that the original show haven't, like the reunion of like Aelita and Ansia, and most importantly, Project Carthage and what Santa went rogue, and because it was just a simple bug, and then it was realized that it was the some kind of castle in some kind of city, and mostly of all, and yeah, all the questions of the original show have been answered in the book. But for some reason, there is another sequel that you guys don't know of, and that there is another show. Well, no, there is actually another sequel to Lyoko, and most important. Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't say. I say that all the time, but sorry, I don't want to say it again. There is another sequel, and there is that taking place. That plays after the original show's ending. And in case you don't know, that in 2012, they aired the new sequel series called Lyoko Evolution. Lyoko Evolution is a live-action show that replaced the 2D animation, and most importantly, the whole series is filmed in live action. But they had to keep the CGI of renditions of Lyoko, and mostly of all, a lot of changes in Lyoko have changed because of the new style. But sadly, so Lyoko Evolution is not even that good, despite the fact that the show is really, boring. The actors are not doing a good job. The acting is very, very poor. There was a lot of inconsistencies of the original show. Oh, right. If I almost forgot that in Chronicles, let me tell you, in Lyoko Chronicles, there are a lot of inconsistencies that the books had right between the original show. And most importantly, that both Chronicles and Evolution just retconned everything, and now what a way that both series have really but many inconsistent plots all the way through. And most importantly, that I couldn't even why would they have to retcon everything I know? Like, the first instance of the first retcon and evolution was the 12-hour virtualization. For some reason, that in the episode Spectromania, Jeremy says that if someone is virtualized onto Lyoko, they cannot be able to virtualize within 12 hours. I mean, that's kind of like a retcon because of the fact that in the original show, the Lyoko Warriors just immediately go back to Lyoko in a span of 12 hours. So I don't get why they have to retcon it and they just have to reveal that they just have to wait for 12 hours to get back to Lyoko again. I mean, yeah, most importantly, that the show has so many inconsistencies. And most importantly, Chronicles has a lot of inconsistencies. Heck, Evolution and even Chronicles has so many inconsistencies of the original show. And most importantly, that the detailed topic said, spoiler alert, if you don't watch the original show's ending, well, if you watch episode 94, Fight to the Finish, then the Lyoko Warriors are preparing the ultimate final battle against Santa, and Franz Hopper is trying to help the Warriors build up the anti-Santa program just to destroy the artificial intelligence. And then at Sector 5, Aelita was so desperate to save her father, but Jeremy, in an emotional argument, just states that if she doesn't activate the program, then her father will be sacrificed for nothing. And so Aelita follows it, and then right before at the end of the series, let me tell you, Franz Hopper, sacrificed himself to just stop Xana. Immediately by sacrifice, he dies while protecting his daughter from the Manta. So basically mean at the end that Franz Hopper sacrificed his life just to stop Xana. And then, yeah, everything else is like that. And so, Mostly of all the fact that I know that Xana is completely dead, but sometimes in both of the sequel series, it just seems that his revival was so strange compared to the two sequels. I mean, in Chronicles, it was like slow and methodic, but in Evolution, he just appears out of nowhere. And in explaining of Senna's revival in Evolution, Senna managed to survive in a supercomputer that our heroes call, for example, the Cortex. You know, the Cortex. You know, the where Senna inhabited the cortex of the mad scientist by the name of Professor Tyron, and mostly of all, yeah, I'm gonna tell you, Jeremy, well, throughout evolution, just created a virus just like destroy Tyron's supercomputer. But sad to say that the virus never activated in the final episode, and so it means it ended on a cliffhanger. And sadly, though, Santa is not dead in evolution. Yeah, but mostly of all, another interesting aspect of Xana and Chronicle was because he wanted to become a good guy in the book. And mostly of all, Arlena just come to the understanding that Santa wants to be human. And most importantly, like, I have no idea why Santa wanted to become a human, most importantly because of the fact that it's a book series, and I have no idea how or why the heck an artificial intelligence wanted to become a human. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, and by the way, and fun fact about Chronicles is that, like, Aelita, for example, got shot in the head, she and Schaefer escaped to Lyoko. And most importantly, like, I have no idea why or how that she got shot. Maybe because of the book and wanted for shock value and everything. Oh, and another thing about both sequel series is that they both have both blonde girls. And most importantly, I'm going to tell you about those two blonde girls in both Chronicles and Evolution. Well, the first one in Chronicles was named Eva Skinner, who was joined the group immediately after being possessed by Xana, and then she was just, for the first time ever transferred to Lyoko in Subdigital's closing. And then in Evolution, there is the most hated character that you all don't know, and even you probably don't know its existence. Yeah. The girl in Evolution was named Laura Gautier. Oh, yeah. The girl who Arlita has the guts to hate. Especially because of the fact that she's a Mary Sue. And not to mention about the fact that after helping Jeremy, they do a return to the past. And then in episode 8 in Virus, when she helped Jeremy and the group help again to create a virus to stop Xana, and then they do another return to the past, but then after which, it doesn't erase her memory, and then she somehow put her genetic signature into the core of Lyoko, so that way that her consciousness could be sent back in time, just like the Lyoko warriors. I just had no clue as to how, and I mean how, she put her signature into the core of Lyoko just in case that her memories are not erased. Like, I can't believe that she did that. Not even Jeremy cannot even do something like that. I mean, for some reason in the episode of the original series called Marabouta, where Jeremy created this Marabouta and then suddenly this creature is suddenly affecting whole of the forest sector, and mostly of all, that's the first time that he fell. So, yeah. But that doesn't mean about the fact that Laura just suddenly just put her signature into the core of Lyoko so that way she cannot have her memories erased. I can't believe it. Mostly involved that now Laura is part of the team so that she cannot forget. And then after which, throughout the whole episodes, Laura is able to help, but at the same time, she is struggling to keep on her relationship between Jeremy and Aelita. And mostly of all, I just can't believe that she did that. So, yeah, she does a lot of stuff until in the episode Mutiny, mind you, that Laura has sent William into the cortex to destroy Santa, but then She doesn't know how to virtualize a vehicle, and then that led to her expulsion because of the fact that she had William go to the cortex to destroy Xana. Oh, and fun fact about during evolution, they just found out that Aelita's mother, Ansia, is working with Tyron. So they agreed to not destroy the computer until Senna has reached 95% of his power. So probably means they cannot destroy the computer because they need to find some more information about where Aelita's mother is. So, another fun fact that it just doesn't mean about the fact that Both Evolution is a very good series, and mostly of all, yeah. And then after which, that in Mutiny, William gets possessed by Shannon again. Ulrich, Aelita, and Yumi go to the Cortex to save him, and that's it. And then after which, Jeremy just created a new program just to wipe off Laura's memories. But there is another thing. In episode 17, like, there is a social tyrant that recruited for a new college or school, gives Laura a business card so that way she could learn about quantum physics and stuff like that, but it was just merely a ruse just to find where the supercomputer so that they can stop the Lyoko team, and then they do a return to the past, so that way the associate doesn't arrive at the school, so that way it doesn't give Laura the business card. But then after which, at the end of the episode, she has the car, and then, yeah, that breaks the rules of time travel. And then after which, Laura just calls on this car, and then after which, she was just received a call by Tyron, and then she accidentally reveals the location of where the Lyoko team, and then she reveals it that they were at Katika Cavity. So, yeah. That's probably one of the reasons why Lyoko just ended on a cliffhanger. And most importantly, we don't know where Ansia is. Santa's not dead. And Evolution, I know, is a very step down that it degraded from the original series. So, sorry. And as for Chronicles, well, Chronicles is like, well, even though it has all the lingering plot threads of the original, but sadly though, it's all flawed and rushed and everything. And I'm going to explain one more thing before I close up this video. And most importantly, I'm going to be talking about the character William. You know, William Dunbar. You know, the 6th Lyoko warrior from the original series. Well, William doesn't even add to the fact that he is not, like, for example, a full-fledged character, and most importantly, he just seemed forgotten and neglected by the other Lyoko warriors, and most importantly, like, William doesn't even have that much potential in the original. Like, in the original, he was trying to win Yumi's heart, and mostly of all that seemed to be affecting the relationship between Ulrich and Yumi. And most importantly, like, William doesn't even do anything, despite the fact that he was trying to win Yumi's heart most of the time in Season 2, and then mostly in Season 3. And then, well, heck, like, and remember the episode 55, The Secret, where Yumi just, like, calls him out on William's love Casanova thing because of the fact that she was getting sick and tired of it, and mostly of all, maybe she has some, well, strange feelings about William, and then after which she just really wants to have her heart between Ulrich. So yeah, but the character of William doesn't even work that well. I mean, there is instance of one fact that William remembers everything in the episode Double Trouble, where he remembers everything in incredible detail about the supercomputer that possessed Dynamite Man and everything else. So even after in 65, where he went to Lyoko for the first time, and then after which he was just fighting some monsters, but then the Scupisaur went after William, and Senna possessed him, destroyed Lyoko, and now Senna has had a new ally in the name term of Senna Warrior in the term, because William doesn't fight as a Lyoko warrior between his allies. So yeah, that's some wasted potential there because William didn't use well. And then in episode, like, in the second to last episode, Fight to the Finish again, where William gets possessed by Xana again, just to cause more conflict. And now, Evolution, even both Chronicles, doesn't even do well with his character. Even though that Chronicles that William is not obsessed with Yumi anymore and he's with good terms with Auric, but then for some reason that his character doesn't even very dot out well as such. And then, well, and then after Vision Chronicles, he was pretty much like pretty useless in the last four books. So honestly, so yeah, Lyoko has two sequels that are indeed fail. Most importantly about evolution because of the fact that it fills the spirit of Lyoko and everything else. So, and even with Chronicles becoming a good book series, but sadly, though, it has so many inconsistencies. They're rushed and flawed, and there are some characters that doesn't have any that has a lot of wasted potential, and most importantly, I do believe that both of those series didn't execute it. Didn't. I do not. Let's just say that both of those two sequels didn't execute it very well, and most importantly of all, like maybe we should all stick to the original show's ending anytime we want to watch the series in the future. I mean, the series was created by both Sophie de Croisset, Jerome Mouscadet, you know, the directors of the original show, and most importantly, the show was indeed created by Tanya Palumbo and Thomas Romaine, and most importantly, it was their creation about creating Lyoko in the first place. Like, back in 2001, they created this pilot by the name of Garage Kids. You know, that's where, back then, that Anta Films had the rights of Lyoko. Most importantly, they created this pilot called Garage Kids, where they consist of the pre-Lyoko warriors. And most importantly, if you don't know what Garage Kids is, then spoiler alert. And if you don't, if you know what Garage Kids is, then just go find, then just find the video and see it for yourself. So, in conclusion, the two sequels of Lyoko didn't do sought out very well. And most importantly, it doesn't even work well as a finale. I mean, Evolution just leaves an inconclusive ending. And even Chronicles, well, even though it's all rushed and flawed and everything, but you know what, everybody? Maybe you should all stop fighting or even arguing about the fact that both of those shows doesn't even have a good ending compared to the ending of the original. But most importantly, well, Lyoko is indeed a great show, but the two sequels we got so far didn't go well as everybody thought of. And maybe, well, in the words of Commander Wolf, and then after which, and I just saw so many fans created their own fan works. Like, Lyoko Beyond, well, there is this YouTube channel by the name of Lyoko Beyond. Another one that there is another Lyoko series by the name of Lyoko Adventures. And then I just heard that there are some more Lyoko projects, like, there is, for example, Lyoko Rebirth, but that was canceled. But then there is this, for example, there is Project Eradication, so probably means that Eradication could be the sequel to Evolution, and most importantly of all, like, even though that all the fan works of both the fans of Lyoko wanted to create their own sequel series and then making their own headcanon, and mostly of all that, yeah. But, hey, you know what, everybody? Maybe you should all stop arguing and fighting about this whole conflict about why Lyoko doesn't have a good ending, why Aelita doesn't reunite with her mother, and most importantly, why didn't we have so many characters pass? Well, the answer is simple. Like, the writers didn't even have time to just make some more backstories about the characters and everything. And mostly of all, everybody, I just wanted to say that, well, I mean, maybe we should all stick to the original show's ending. I mean, like, in the words of Commander Wolf, like, maybe we should all stick to the original show's ending every time we all want to watch the series in the future. And most importantly of all, that the original show will always be there for us, everybody. Just think of it. Think about it. If you really want to let your own future generations of children want to watch Lyoko, then maybe consider having your kids to watch Lyoko, from the 2000s of the original. The original show will always be viewed by future generations of children, and most importantly, just don't even mention to this because some children will know about their sequels, about Chronicles and Evolution, and most importantly, like, you gotta be honest, everybody. The original show is it's like a good thing. It has a good ending, it has everything, even though they have all the questions unanswered. But as for me, when I watched the original finales for the first time when I was a kid, I was kind of like so satisfied about the fact that they just like completed the goal of the teenagers defeating the artificial intelligence, and most importantly, it just gave up a good ending. I mean, think about it, everybody. The original show will always be there for us, and we don't have to worry about what came after. I mean, Lyoko, the original show, it's there, written by his own Pacific writers, and most importantly, just don't even think about there is Evolution or Chronicles or something like that. And maybe for some reason, like in the future, like we're almost there to 2023, because I know for sure that if France or Durog Mania wanted to have some sort of commemorate to the 20th anniversary of the original show, so we'll just have to wait and see until if France decided that they just wanted to create another sequel to Lyoko, but one that is really faithful to the original. Now, before I close up this video, I wanted to give a few shout outs to one of my users on my YouTube channel, and most importantly, I wanted to say thank you all for 300. We're almost there to getting 300 subscribers on this YouTube channel, and I can't believe how far I am this year. And most importantly, everybody, I hope you're going to have a fantastic Christmas. And most importantly, like in 2023, I'll be able to have new content to you on the way, so you're able to like it in the new year. Well, most importantly, everybody, I just wanted to say that thank you all so much for being there for me. Mostly because this is one heck of a year that's been going on and on. Most importantly, I uploaded my own shorts and everything else. So, yeah. Just remember, everybody, Lyoko, the original show, will always be there for us. And don't even think about the fact, just don't think, and not even thinking about the mere existence of both Evolution and Chronicles. And most importantly, if you wanted to watch the original show and Evolution, then you can check out the official YouTube channels of both Lyoko in both English and French. If fun fact for me, I basically have to learn French because Lyoko helped me learn how to do the French, dialect. In this case, language, the French language, because of the fact that I just know the French words, French sentences, and even French numbers. Well, guys, I wanted to give the shout out to all of you guys for everything. And most importantly, I wanted to give a special shout out to my cousin, Nenten, formerly known as Nintendo9. Dude, if you're still watching this out there, I hope you'll have a good holiday break with your family. And most importantly, brah, I just hope to God by 2023, you're going to have a fantastic future. You're going to graduate from high school. And most importantly, bro, if you ever manage to have some more time, then maybe in the future, we could see each other again. Well, it's finally done. I can't believe that I uploaded my very first dirty video of my channel. And most importantly, it's been fun chatting with you guys on the camera. And most importantly, it's been one heck of an experience for me. I uploaded for the first time an almost 30-minute video. And I just can't believe that I just do it in the words of Commander Wolf. And most importantly, if you want to know information about what the Lyoko sequel series, then I recommend go watching Commander Wolf's YouTube channel to go see the Lyoko sequel dilemma video. It's one of my favorite videos. He does it very well. He does it accurately, and most importantly, go subscribe to his channel. And most importantly, he is an amazing analysis video, and most importantly, go watch his sequel dilemma video now, because if you really wanted to value his opinion, then go watch it. If you don't know, then I'll just leave it on a community post to check it out for yourselves. Well, guys, oh, you all love this video. Don't forget to click that subscribe button. Don't forget to click like. And most importantly, be sure to turn on the bell for more of my content. And most importantly, share this video with your friends and family. Well, my little paisanos. Oh, you all have a fantastic day. Mostly of all, you'll have a fantastic Christmas. And I'm gonna say, well, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Well, this is Super Mario Fan signing off. Goodbye, and as always, I'll see you next time.